What's up, guys? My name is Colin McNeil for theScore Esports. A great man once posed the question, what's beef? Well, to answer it, beef is when two people or organizations have an ongoing, mutually disrespectful relationship. So for this top 10, we scoured the esports landscape from Halo to League of Legends to find you the spiciest rivalries we could. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Here are the top 10 esports beefs. Kicking off our list at number 10 is TSM Reginald versus CLG's HotShotGG. The TSM and CLG owners have fostered one of esports' premier rivalries since 2010, when Reginald played for CLG.
I used to play with Reggie, I used to be on a team with him, and it was for a short time, a very, very short time.
Their individual rivalry quickly moved on to the Rift. After they became full-time owners, the beef went public. The rivalry would often include humiliating bets.
No!
The beef evolved to the point where playing for either team meant beefing with the other.
Against CLG, my sodium levels kind of go out of control.
They just have TSM's number.
Well, they're just free SM, you know?
As far as I know, the only NA team that I'm worried about is Cloud9. The rest are non-existent, especially CLG.
It's crazy.
To date, TSM has won 4 more NALCS splits, but CLG routinely posts strong results. CLG even beat TSM at Madison Square Gardens in 2015 to claim an NALCS championship of their own. A beef that started between two former players has had a rippling effect on the two teams, a rivalry that is still felt today.
Hello and welcome to the Shanghai Major presented by Perfect.
Dota 2's Shanghai Major was problematic for many reasons, but one controversy that stands above the rest is the firing of James Too Good Harding, which comes in at number 9 on our list.
Appreciate this. So last night, I was perusing the hotel entertainment. It turned out, censorship, the Chinese hotel had disabled pornography. Don't get me wrong, I watched it. Mr. Wang's amazing wheelchaired antics were pretty amazing. You can fuck off, Winter.
For his controversial commentary, Valve CEO Gabe Newell made headlines by publicly denouncing and firing Harding, calling him an ass in a Reddit post.
Two things. James. We've had issues with James at previous events. Some Valve people lobbied to bring him back for Shanghai, feeling that he deserved another chance. That was a mistake. James is an ass, and we won't be working with him again.
Harding tried to clear his name and posted screenshots of a conversation with Dota 2 developer IceFrog, telling him to be himself. These days, the infamous caster has retired from the game and is playing professional Quake Champions. Coming in at number 8 is Sniped Down versus LETHUL. Yes, we are talking about a Halo beef. 1 week before the 2016 X Games in Aspen, LETHUL left Evil Geniuses and joined rival team CLG.
Tell me, if there's one player on EG that you feel you need to shut down, who is that player?
Probably Sniped Down. He's like the best player. He's just so sick. I get really worried when I see him, and it's just the stuff he does is insane.
All right. Well, any words here, Sniped Down?
I remember what happened last time. That exact quote was said to me. So watch your face.
All right. Well,
that led EG team captain Sniped Down to post a tell-all YouTube video that explained the situation.
I thought DJ and I were friends. I feel like it was a pretty out of the blue move. He didn't really communicate well with us at all about this. Best of luck to him and whatever he decides to choose. I really hope that it comes to bite him in the ass.
The antics continued when the X Games rolled around. EG would go on to win gold after a tight 7-game series, and Sniped Down did not let LETHUL forget it.
I told him before it started, the last person that said that to me lost the series, and they lost the series too. So if you're going to talk trash, better back it up, and we took that series home.
After the X Games, CLG would win the HCS World Championship. A roster shakeup would follow for the rest of the league, and Sniped Down left EG. Sniped Down went on to form a dream team with Envious, and the rivalry continued. Number 7 goes to Doublelift and AfroMou. The relationship between teammates is crucial to craft a successful team. In late 2015, CLG's League of Legends squad underwent some massive changes as star 80 carry Doublelift left the team to join TSM, leaving his longtime support, AfroMou. Doublelift and AfroMou were friends, holding down CLG's bot lane for 3 years together. The duo tag teamed many interviews and were widely considered one of the best bot lanes in LCS history, calling themselves Rush Hour. Doublelift accused AfroMou of forcing an ultimatum on CLG.
Like, the truth is, Afro went to the org and he said it's either me or him, referring to me, and I'm not playing with Peter next year.
The two players continue to make comments back and forth on stream and in post-game interviews.
Best decision moving forward, only because Peter brings people down more often than not.
Me and CLG had a falling out. Are you and Afro still buddies? No, not really. But a falling out is one way to put it for sure.
Now the two have since made up, even bot laning together again at the League of Legends All-Star event in 2016. Reginald and Tryndamere didn't have the most dramatic beef, but certainly one of the most impactful, which is why it comes in at number 6 on our list. During the 2016 NALCS summer split, TSM owner Reginald spoke out on how Riot's major patches affected the League of Legends competitive scene.
It's really scary to own an esports team because the patches change a lot. And so when you own a team and the patches change in a really unfavorable way for your players, then there's a higher chance that you'll do bad and you can get relegated. So I've struck the system works. If you get relegated, you're done. And because the challenger scene is so weak, if you get relegated, you pretty much lose everything. So team owners are really quick.
How did Riot respond? Well, co-founder Mark Tryndamere Merrill took to Reddit to explain, coining the very meme-worthy phrase, "Love me some Reggie."
Love me some Reggie, but if he's so concerned about the financial health of his players, maybe he should spend more of the millions he has made/makes from League of Legends on paying them instead of investing in other esports where he's losing money. Reggie is one of the generally good guy team owners, but when owners don't want to shell out for top talent, that's a tricky problem. We intentionally prioritized game health and viewer experience over the ability for teams/coaches to field safer comps by lane swapping.
The back and forth sparked a bigger conversation within the league, arguably paving the way for NALCS franchising. Coming in at number 5, Sonic Fox versus Perfect Legend. Summer Jam 9 featured a Mortal Kombat X grudge match between Sonic Fox and Perfect Legend. It started over a Twitter beef and ended with Sonic Fox mopping the floor with Perfect Legend, beating him 10-0. Perfect Legend followed up this 10-0 loss by downplaying Sonic Fox's win, claiming the original Twitter beef centered around Fox's Aaron Black versus his Kong Lao.
It's a super long story. What I did say
Perfect Legend
is I would destroy his Aaron Black.
Don't speak anymore. You just got 10-0'd. Any words that you say.
Tournament organizer Eric Big E Small quickly grabbed the mic from PL, and, well, you can see what happened next.
So do we got a 3 to 5 with the Aaron Black? 3 out of 5 with the Aaron Black. 3 out of 5 with the Aaron Black.
What? No, stop.
What?
That's right. Immediately after the loss, Big E made them play again. Sonic Fox's Aaron Black versus Perfect Legend's Kong Lao. And well, this one ended in a similar fashion to the games before it, a 3-round sweep and a final 13-0 score. Coming in at number 4, Starcraft 2 pros Huck and Idra. The two players had a history. Huck was an up-and-comer at the time, just beginning his career in Starcraft 2, while Idra was a veteran of the scene, starting his career early in Starcraft Brood War.
It's fine with me, I don't care.
There developed a hatred between the two.
He's a piece of trash who wouldn't win any games if he didn't play Protoss.
The beef really peaked at MLG Dallas 2011, where their rivalry was perfectly summarized by one play.
Idra left the game? Oh my.
Huck used hallucinated void rays to overwhelm Idra, who left the game thinking he'd lost. Of course, the hallucinations never dealt any actual damage to Idra. Huck was sure to bring it up next game. The two would continue to battle until August of 2011, when Evil Geniuses announced Huck was joining their team, finally putting to rest this esports beef. Leffen and Hungrybox's relentless hate for each other comes in at number 3 on this list. Leffen and Hungrybox are both Super Smash Bros. Melee players at the top of their esport. They also really hate each other. Hungrybox famously claims he only attended Genesis 5 to kick Leffen's ass.
How are you feeling about that? It was the only reason I came to this tournament. I want to kick that guy's ass.
The two have beefed in-game and, of course, over Twitter. HBox also went on stream to gloat about beating Leffen at Smash
Leffen.
Summit 5.
That's 3-1'd his ass. 3-1'd him.
And there it is.
Get fucked. All your shit talk, get fucked, Leffen.
Leffen published a video to his YouTube from his stream called One of the Many Reasons to Dislike HBox.
The saying that, like, there's two kinds of people in this world. HBox fans and people who met him.
One of the most infamous rivalries in the FGC, K-Brad and Wolfkrone do not hold back. And that's why they are second on this list of esports beefs. Their particular beef began in 2016, when Wolfkrone wiped his hands of K-Brad after beating him in Street Fighter V at Frosty Faustings 9. The beef escalated online, with tweets and Facebook posts running rampant. K-Brad got his revenge, and at the Capcom Pro Tour, he slammed Wolfkrone in a 2-0 series.
Tell him about himself. Tell him about himself. Tell him about himself. Let him know. Tell him. Tell him about himself. Talk to him. Tell him about himself. Tell him about himself.
No respect has been shown in this beef, and the hatred between the two is high.
Will this beef ever end, or is this everlasting now? I think there's something wrong with him. I legit think there's something wrong with his head.
The culmination of their beef thus far is undoubtedly their run-in at E-League's Street Fighter V
now he's telling every
Invitational.
excuse, I just can't deal with it. I just don't know how, you know. Every excuse is coming out the book now.
As a player, I used to always fist bump him. I used to always shake his hand until he started talking trash. But as a person, I just don't like him. I just don't like him.
Straight up. What are your thoughts on that, man?
Who gives a fuck?
What did you do to change things here this tournament? I mean, I really didn't do anything. I mean, it's kind of fell a point for me after we beat Optic at Columbus, and I mean, I don't want to say anything got boring, but I was just kind of focusing on other things. But
Optic Gaming versus FaZe Clan, a tale of two Call of Duty giants, tops our list of esports beefs. The two would battle for online turf, both producing similar YouTube content in the early days of their respective orgs. Optic would be the first to take on esports, braving the rocky shores of the early scene. FaZe would eventually make their debut in esports, bringing their large fan base with them. Two giants, coming from the same place, now had an arena to duke it out in. While Optic had a huge head start, FaZe was hot on their tail.
Takes UMG. FaZe is your
In the early days, Optic and FaZe dominated the YouTube community online, and you either liked Optic or FaZe, never both.
both of these squads.
While the FaZe and Optic rivalry has calmed down since, the impact of this esports beef can still be felt today. Well guys, if that wasn't some USDA approved, choice cut, prime beef, I don't know what is. But if you think there's an esports beef that should have been in our top 10 list and wasn't, well, I got some bad news for you. You're just wrong. Thanks for watching. If you want more great content just like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button.